schizomaxing over there?
I know where I am.
Do you?
Maybe.
Oh my god. We actually have to, like, read.
Last time.
Time.
We freaked out on Shion. She just hung up on us.
We did.
And that means I still don't get to talk.
You know, you want to know who's really schizomaxing?
Fucking
Keiichi. Keiichi schizomaxes? Hey, it's a schizomax in every single fucking chapter in this game.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, gamer.
Gamer.
There was no way I'd be able to sleep. You want to move the mouse? I hate you so much. It's visceral.
You took that entire
fucking hatred of you. When she hung up the phone like that, I realized for the first time what kind of situation I was in, as well as who. Am I stupid? I was in, as well as who the only ally would support me is. What the? I know how to read. Call me manga gamer. I waited with bated breath for Shion to calm down and call me back. Shion to calm down? What would I do if the phone rang while I was sound asleep? And no matter how long I waited, however, it never rang. Metal Gear.
Oh yeah, I left my
Chapstick?
What'd you do with it?
I actually don't know. I remember I picked it up and
fucking
looked
eat my
at
chapstick.
It wasn't.
I know what it tastes like. It smells like bubblegum, but it doesn't. It's not actually bubblegum.
I genuinely think I picked it up and then blacked out and it was gone. I don't know where it went. I don't know if I threw it away. I don't know if I put it somewhere.
Is it in your cup?
In this cup?
Let's just derail the stream for like another good 20 minutes.
Yeah. No.
Shit.
This is my little dentist chapstick that I don't use. There's also $6 and $2 bills.
Oh, wow.
I don't know whose phone number that is. I think that's a phone number.
Let me see.
Oh, that's not. I know what that is.
Oh. Is that your social security?
That is. That is my social security number. Because I was always tired of it, since I don't have the card for it in the apartment. And I was tired of asking my parents for it whenever I needed it, so I think I just wrote it down and put it in here.
Nice.
I should probably put that, like, face down. Like, put it inside this.
You're fine, I'm sure.
You can just steal that one if you want to.
You see how old this is?
Yeah?
No way I'm stealing this.
Bro, I don't use chapstick. I got them dry-ass lips, you know?
Listen, man, Accutane made me use chapstick and I can't. It's hard to get off of.
How do you know how old it is?
It's yellow.
It's not supposed to be yellow?
My dentist chapstick is like white.
It's not supposed to be yellow?
Not really. Not this flavor.
How do you know by the flavor?
Because it's the same as the one I just got from my dentist.
Right. You know, that would make sense. Hold on, did I throw it away? Maybe I threw it away. Fish floss?
I'm cutting this, by the way. This is all being cut.
You shouldn't cut this. This is important stream content. I think I threw it away.
You fucking piece of shit.
Hey, watch me trade it?
He actually threw away.
I guess I threw it away.
Well, he's not gonna need this, even though he's coming back in like 3 days.
Yeah, as I said, I remember I was sitting there and I think I was about to play Skyrim or something, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, it's Tyler's chapstick, and then it was gone.
He just fucking did a...
Like,
End of Watanagashi, he just grabbed it, blacked out, and then came back, it's like...
And then as something was different, and I was like, well, that's in the void, and then I just moved on with my day.
Jesus Christ.
I'm kind of psychotic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back to the the game. Let me move that a little bit. There we go. No matter how long I waited, however, it never rang. Exhausted, whenever my mind started to wander, I would just jolt awake as I thought I heard the phone ring. Schedule meltdown. In the end, I brought the cordless phone with me into my futon and went to sleep with it in my arms. I bet he wishes that was Shion, am I right? Ow! You fucker! Though it still didn't amount to anything. Morning came, and by that time I was pretty sure she wasn't calling back. That was when a fierce drowsiness assailed me. You want to click me back in? Thank you. Damn it! This is no time for sleep, Keiichi Mayabara. I slapped myself in the face a few times. Why doesn't he just call her? Oh, he doesn't know her number.
He doesn't know her number.
Why doesn't he just go to her house?
He doesn't know where she lives.
He could probably ask me on.
He could ask me on.
Oh. Keiichi's life is Spain without the A, or the S, or the I, or the N.
Just A?
It's just P.
It's just P?
It's just P.
Wait.
Keiichi lives in P.
Did you say without the A? Because I don't think you did.
Yeah, I did. That was the first one I said. Because I always say my life is Spain without the P. No, I say my life is Spain without the A. And everyone looks at me and goes, spin?
Fuck.
Then I went to the washroom and washed my face, which was something I usually didn't do. Gross! That wasn't enough either, so I even brushed my teeth. Keiichi's gross! After that, I was finally wide awake. When Mom saw how strange I was acting, her eyes went wide.
What's wrong, Keiichi? Are you going somewhere today?
Going somewhere? Yeah. To school. What a fucking loser. Hello, Rena.
Yeah, I gotta get all that fucking gunk out of my throat from the past 2 hours. Keiichi-kun, you don't look so good today. Do you have a cold?
He's done nothing but eat slime since he's gotten here. I'm not sick. I just didn't get much sleep. If I space out and start talking nonsense, just humor me. That's actually kind of based.
I wonder what kind of nonsense you'll say. I wonder. Now I'm looking forward to it. How?
Rena's kind of based. I felt utterly shattered, and I still hadn't picked myself back up this morning. And for precisely that reason, Rena's honest smile was a sight for sore eyes. No! Yo! What's up, Kei-chan? Rena? Good morning. I hate her.
What? Me-chan, you look like you didn't get... Fuck. What? Me-chan, you look like you didn't get much sleep either.
Mion had gone home early. Mion had gone home early yesterday with a hangover, but she didn't look too good this morning either. Her usual cheerfulness was completely buried in shadow. Are you trying to tell me every time Shion's called Keiichi, it's actually just Mion? Yeah. I went to bed at like 3. I'm a little tired. Is this Rena?
Nope, Keiichi.
Yeah, definitely Keiichi. There are 3! Hey, now you can't, hey now, you can't keep staying up late. You probably read the first volume of a manga and thought it was interesting, and then read the entire series, didn't you? I understand. I've done that before. I joked, trying to shake off my sleepiness. I was trying to be considerate. However, neither Mion nor Rena smiled. In fact, they didn't even pay attention. Fucking rolled. Rena's expression immediately darkened.
What? Wait. Is it about the mayor? He still hasn't been found.
I forgot that she was on the search party for the mayor last night. Nope. Hey, wait a minute. What are you talking about? You can't find the mayor? Even the classroom, which was normally bursting with bright, joking voices, seemed filled with a different sort of murmur today. Yeah, I'm back in the game for maybe 2 scenes, and then never to be seen again. Good morning, Keiichi-san. Have you heard? It looks like something terrible has happened. This is Keiichi, right?
Yeah.
Gamer. I don't really know this mayor person, but he's an old guy, right? Couldn't he just be wandering around, senile? Yeah, the mayor is certainly not senile. He's a sprightly man who can teach both calligraphy and swordsmanship.
He probably got lost somewhere, like me.
Fucking Rika?
I lost Rika, star.
How long has it been since we've done that?
Oh, I want to take you home with me.
Thank you, Rena. Getting lost is only cute because children like Rika-chan do it. A worn-out old man getting lost isn't moe in the slightest. While my mind entertained dumb thoughts like that, our teacher arrived. Everyone rushed to their seats. I got you covered, bro.
Yeah.
That's me, right?
That's you. That's you.
Ah, good morning, everyone. She's turning like Transylvanian.
Good morning. This is like the whole
There
class.
you go. The class greeting was normal, but the atmosphere in the room was heavy. Yeah, some of you have already heard.
You're just Sadako now.
Yeah, I almost brought the lisp out and turned into Sadako. But last night, despite the late hour, the mayor never came home. I don't know what's happening to this teacher, but boy, are we gonna figure it out. Is there anyone here who saw the mayor yesterday? One or two hands went up in silence, and they told her about having seen him. None of it seemed to be vital information, however, and everyone began whispering amongst themselves. Among us?
Among Us?
If anyone has seen the mayor, please tell an adult about it, alright? Now then, let's begin class.
I'm just gonna speed that up by like 0.1.
Yeah?
Is there 1.1 just so it's not as terrible to listen to?
See, that's not my fault, right? Like, after that, the same old lessons began. It's not my fault that the teacher sounds like that, okay? I didn't give her that voice. The rumors, once quieted, blossomed in flowers again at lunchtime. I could hear a few different conversations. They were mostly related to the mayor's disappearance. Summing them all up, I came out with this. Oh, shit. Yesterday evening, the mayor went to a meeting at the Shrine's Assembly Hall. The meeting ended after the sun had fully set and everyone had left. The elder's house was a bit far from the center of Hinamizawa. Okay. It was already late, and Hinamizawa doesn't have a lot of lights outside. He left me alone. Nobody saw the mayor after the meeting. However, because he would have been hungry, he wouldn't have taken any side trips, he would have gone straight home. However, no matter how long his family waited, he never returned. Some thought there might have been an accident. They left no stone unturned. They searched from the irrigation channels to the water wells, and even in the rice paddies, but they didn't find him. Of course, there was a limit to how far they could search in the middle of the night.
Next voice I have to do, I can't have my throat like this.
The police were going to wait for daylight, and then have the young men of the town help search. If after all that they still didn't find him, they were apparently even going to go looking in the mountains. Even now, at this moment, the adults were probably all searching for him. The more they searched in vain, and the more time passed, the only thing that came to mind was the curse. The rumors of Onakakushi. Ona-chan? No?
What?
No? Ona hole. That's what it is. The Onikakushi of the demoning away. I don't even know what that means.
The rumors of the Onikakushi.
No, I know what that means. I'm talking about the thing I said before that.
Okay.
Had he became this year's sacrifice to Oyashiro-sama's curse, which had recently been occurring every year.
You don't know what an
I know what it looks like, but I don't know why it's called that.
Oh, it's, I don't know, probably Japanese. It's
something Japan.
Ona is like, it's probably like woman or something.
L.
It's not specifically that, but there's like some root word or something.
Yeah. That scary possibility, which everybody thought about but nobody could say aloud, was slowly but surely spreading throughout the village. Was he demoned away and offered as a sacrifice to quell Oyashiro-sama's anger? My classmates were whispering to each other that the curse didn't happen this year, so there shouldn't have been any sacrifices. I, on the other hand, I knew. The curse did happen again this year, and there were 2 people that died. This may sound strange, but I hadn't exactly thought the elder would be the one to go missing. My reason was clear. Shion and I should have been a higher priority than him. The 4 of us were thieves that broke the taboo and set foot in the sacred ritual storehouse. If Tomatake Flash and Takano-san had suffered mysterious deaths, then it should have been mine and Shion's turn next. This time it should have been Shion and me, eh? I laughed painfully to myself. I'd yelled at Chion over the phone that I didn't want to end up in such a terrifying situation, but now that someone other than me had disappeared, I could only think that I should have been the first to go. Onikafuchi, the bottomless swamp, said to have been the place where they drowned sacrifices long ago. Isn't this one called Watanagashi?
Yeah.
The first one is
Onikakushi.
The first one is Onikakushi. Watanagashi.
Tatarigaroshi.
I have not heard that word yet.
It's curse killing. It's very fun once you know why it's called that.
Yeah, but that's kind of pog.
Yeah.
Just as it ran through my thoughts, the villagers must have also considered the swamp.
It's not the reason you think.
Maybe police divers were plummeting its depths even now. They probably wouldn't find anyone, and not a single missing person had ever been found. They'd always suspected Onikafuchi, but not once have they ever turned up a corpse from it. After all, it was a devilish bottomless swamp from which no one who sinks can ever return. I could hear someone telling their friend that in the classroom. Is this a recurring character?
Now that you mention it, Satoshi-san, he left around this time of year.
Yeah?
I don't know what... I'm trying to do, what was Okamura or Tomita's fucking voice?
All I know is I did Mario.
No, you didn't. That's not who you did Mario for, but
Who
okay.
did I do Mario for?
I'm not telling you, because I don't want you to do it.
God damn it. Wait, fuck you, I want to do Mario!
You can do it for Tomita or Okamura. Alright.
Now that you mention it, Satoshi-san, he left around this time last year, didn't he?
Oh yeah, I forgot Satoshi was in the game.
Huh?
Satoshi. I've heard that name before. He was right. He disappeared because of last year's curse. The conversation was happening in the seat next to me, so I could hear it clearly.
Yeah, you can say the response. I don't know if it's...
Ah, it's me, Mario! Hey, didn't we search the whole village like this for Satoshi-san too?
I just forgot how to do that voice. I'm so...
Just be Wario.
No. The only person that's worthy of being Wario is fucking Oishi, and I'm not doing Wario for him.
Oh, we didn't find him either.
I don't know.
You could be Luigi.
What did we decide it was? A demoning away, right?
He decided to not be Luigi. Yeah, I heard that he withdrew all of his savings and ran away from home. Someone from the police said that there was someone who saw him get on the bullet train at word I cannot say station. Nagoya Station.
That's like a...
I don't know how to read. Ran away,
He's
huh?
dyslexic.
True. I wasn't that interested in the reason, which seemed understandable in this case. Everyone else who had disappeared had their own reasons too. Either they were still on the run because they were criminals, or they were a corpse that couldn't be found. That's not really like a reason to run away. It's not like any of them suddenly disappeared into thin air for no reason.
It's like... Well, it doesn't matter.
But they disappeared. Someone disappeared whenever the curse took a life, as if by design. They may have had various understandable reasons, but they still disappeared. From that point of view, it really might have been a demoning away this time. The mayor's disappearance was the first such incident without a clear reason behind it. Of course, coming to that realization didn't help to resolve anything.
It looks like I messed up the seasoning today. Sorry.
Normally Rina would have devoured her lunch immediately, but today there was still a ton left. That wasn't because Rina's lunch didn't taste good or anything, though.
Nah, that isn't the case. Your lunch today is as delicious as always.
Sadako dips her chopsticks into Rina's bento box and pulls bits of food out one after the other.
Yeah, delicious indeed. Today in particular, in fact. Chomp, chomp.
Huh? You know those pumpkin
Croquettes? Pumpkin croquettes.
Yeah, croquettes.
Keiichi, you know those are pumpkin croquettes, right?
Because croquet is the
Are you
game.
okay?
Yes.
Is she allergic to pumpkin?
She doesn't like squash.
Oh.
Is it your pumpkin? Then it's delicious.
Did Sadako dislike pumpkin? Thank you, Keiichi. I asked that too. Regardless, she forced herself to smile and shove more into her mouth.
Oh, we don't see that scene yet. Never mind.
Everyone knew. Nobody's lunch tasted very good today. Dude, I need to glue this hand to the table or I'm going to be fucking with my mustache this entire time. Sadako kept shoveling it down, repeating her remark on how good it was.
Yeah, hey, it's rat. This is really good.
If it's that good, then I guess I gotta have some too. Sadako's gonna eat it all if we let her.
It's just so good. So I certainly like it if Keiichi-san were to eat some as well.
That's not rat. Well, sometimes I have to show my adult generosity, right? Is this Keiichi?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Don't hold back on my account. Eat enough for both of us today. She really, really hated pumpkin, didn't she? That made it all the more touching to see Sadako's own brand of generosity. I grabbed her head and started stroking it. Sadako, in a somewhat exaggerated fashion, was bawling, tears streaming down her face. No, not rat.
Not rat.
No way. You'll never grow up if you give away such good food. Rena, you eat too. I only have leftover vegetable stew, but it tastes great after having sat overnight. That's actually so true.
Yeah, the daikon radish is such a pretty color has such a pretty color going through it. It looks delicious. I guess I'll have some then.
Nanako, get me a beer. I'm gonna punch you in the gut. Rena reached out with her chopsticks, and at last, the usual lunchtime atmosphere began to return. That was only at our desks, however. The dark tales of Oyashiro-sama's curse, which had recurred for 5 years in a row, didn't cease. The whole classroom remained stuck in this somber mood. Oyashiro-sama's curse had happened for 5 years straight. Everyone had wanted the previous year to be the last. What was Oyashiro-sama's curse anyway? They were going to build a dam in Hinamizawa. The people building it were bad, so they were cursed. I would admit that much. Still, the dam project was frozen years ago, wasn't it? So why was the curse stubbornly persisting? I hit myself on the cheeks to perk myself back up. Everyone was trying so hard to brighten the mood, I couldn't go straight back to thinking about the curse like that. I forced the grim story out of my head. Driving Oyashiro-sama's curse out of my thoughts was actually a good idea. In the end, that meant I would also be driving away the most terrifying thought of all, that I could be the curse's next target. I love listening to the wind and then watching the trees. It's very nice. Mm-hmm. Mion's taking a while, isn't she? How long does it take to wash your hands? Mion had said she was going to wash her hands and left, and she hadn't come back yet.
She's probably taking a little afternoon nap somewhere. I think she was up pretty late last night looking for the mayor after all.
I smiled wryly and let out a sigh. Today was no good. However much we tried to lighten the mood, things always came back to the mayor. It was just a no-good day. I had just transferred here recently, so the shock of a curse happening 5 years running was an unimaginably big one. Maybe I do need to appreciate that.
When Mi-chin was really little, the mayor would always spoil her. When she was going through her prankster phase... I'm losing it, man.
He's going nuts!
When she was going through her prankster phase, he loved her like his own daughter. She's told me that often.
I see. Mion was in shock too. Someone disappearing at all because of a curse was a very scary thing. If the sacrifice was someone you knew, though, then the shock must be 100 times worse. Sadako, as if she'd come to the same conclusion, bit her lower lip and looked downward. Every time I say Sadako, my brain just hears the, Nadako, get me another beer. All I'm saying.
I think it's Keiichi.
Is this Keiichi?
Yeah.
Oh, Rika-chan is taking a while too. Maybe they're taking a nice afternoon nap together.
Yeah, Rika wasn't out that late. As soon as she yawned, everyone gathered around her and started saying good night, good night.
Now that she mentioned it, there were a lot of old people rubbing their prayer beads in the fervent gratitude towards Rika-chan during the festival too. An image of the indulgent elderly came to mind. Had Rika-chan discovered a way to get herself to be pampered like that? Is there a reason that old people treat Rika-chan like an idol? Is she their ideal image of a granddaughter or something?
I don't know anything about that, but I want to see Rika-chan yawning. It's probably like, Fwa. Oh, I want to take her home.
Yeah, I don't personally think it's that cute. It's more of a gleh, and she opens her mouth really wide so you can see the back of her throat.
Her throat! That thing in her throat, all wobbly. Oh!
I hate Rina. Rina's handy at times like these. I finally managed a heartfelt laugh. Oh, right. I'm on day duty today, aren't I? I need to go water the flower garden. The garden is right outside the teacher's lounge too, so they can immediately tell if you don't do it right.
I think Sadako-chan's cute too. Fuck. I think Sadako-chan. Fuck, my voice.
Ugh.
Gotta get Rina fucking. Oh! Just fucking love that noise.
This is like the first chapter in a minute that Rina's kind of pogged the fuck off in this game.
I think Sadako-chan is cute. Not only Rika-chan. Ooh la.
I can't breathe.
Oh! I got a glimpse. I was so cute. Sadako-chan is cute too. I'm gonna take you home.
Rina was squeezing her hands around Sadako's neck and was trying to get a look into her throat. Rina's just gonna fucking kill her.
She's got her mouth in her hands in Sadako's mouth like a dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you do with a dog, you're like, what are you chewing over there? And you just, like, unhinge their jaw. You know, Rina is I can't say it out loud, but she's a notorious... Isn't she? Sweat. Hearing Sadako make a weird noise like a chicken being strangled was kind of hilarious, and I couldn't help but laugh. At some point, the classroom had erupted into laughter, too. Maybe Rina was doing it on purpose. Even if she wasn't, this nonsense was a welcome sight. Anyway, let's get back over to the flowers while I still have time. Slowly and quietly, lest I destroy the room's newfound peace, I left the classroom. Dude, Keiichi's fucking deranged. Holy shit. I love when I set my cup down and I can see it spike on Audacity.
Yeah.
The watering can was hanging up outside the kitchen. This building had originally been an all-male forestry service building, so there was apparently nothing so thoughtful as a garden here before. When they decided to have a school share the space, they built one there as a modest gesture of appreciation. But, well, the flower bed, it was a little longer than you'd expect. It went all the way around. It went all over the place. It was so big one would need to refill the watering can 5 or 6 times to get it all done. I was doing this together with a kid who was also, thankfully, on day duty today. She was in the lowest grade though, and a full size smaller than even Rika-chan. I couldn't make a kid who would just struggle to lift the full watering can help me with this. For this, if one was placed on day duty with someone liked, they'd do it all for you, so it'd be cake. Is Keiichi?
Yep.
No point in blaming her. I give up, I'll just get started. Watering can in hand, just as I was about to leave the building, the old man from the forestry office addressed me.
Sonny, there's a vegetable garden behind the warehouse, right? It's all just about dried up. Water that too, would you?
Oh, you mean the curry vegetable garden? The one with the potatoes and carrots and other things that are only ingredients for curry? It's definitely the personal garden of our curry-loving teacher, but making students responsible for its upkeep is getting them involved in her personal affairs. I couldn't say that to his face, though, so I just gave up and decided to carry out my day duties. The sunlight out front was strong. The great chorus of the cicadas was strongly underlying how nothing was different today than yesterday. There it went. I passed by the classroom, and I don't know how it happened, but Rina and Sadako were in the middle of a huge melee. While I was gone, the kids had arranged all the desks in a circle, forming a ring, while everyone was cheering them on. Yeah, that's how it should be. Once school ended, we would need to return to reality, where the talk of the elders' disappearance would once again be all over the place. I wanted everyone to forget about everything and just have fun, just like yesterday, if it were only while they were at school. In that sense, Sadako's whirling elbow and Rina's backwards flying spin kick made for a pleasant sight. Even if, as a result, they flipped over my desk. Ah, that's my pencil box. Gah, I'll just let it happen today. I set to work, hastily watering everything, wanting nothing more than to be done as soon as possible. That should about do it. No sooner had I thought that than I remembered that I had to water the teacher's curry garden too. That's such a pain, but I have a feeling that it'll come back to bite me if I don't. I gave up, filled the can with water again, and headed behind the warehouse. There's just a guy with a gun. He's just standing there and he shoots Keiichi in the head. And he dies, and that's the end of the chapter. I'm fucking nuts with it, dude.
He's got it fucking down.
Yeah.
He just knows.
Yeah, no, I've already played this game. I just like to lie to you. This was a place students didn't like to go. It was always damp here, and you couldn't discard the possibility of slugs and pillbugs being around. We call those roly-polies. So when I ran across her in a place like that, I was surprised. Whoa! Oh, it's Rika-chan.
Me?
Don't scare me like that. Rika-chan was just standing there like a puppet, devoid of life. I was the only one who was startled here. Rika-chan didn't even seem to react to my appearance. Rika-chan? Finally, she noticed me. Her expression was clearly abnormal. There was red under her eyes, stained with tears and dirt. There were blades of grass stuck in her hair, too, and her clothes looked as though she'd fallen to the ground. What, someone beat the shit out of Rika-chan back here? Like, Rika-chan? Are you hurt? Did you fall?
No, that isn't it.
Rika-chan said in the brightest voice she could manage as she rubbed her eyes. She didn't look anywhere near normal, though. What happened? You weren't sleeping on the storehouse roof and then fell off or anything, did you?
Me? Don't worry about me. I have something I wanted to ask you, Keiichi.
Rika-chan walked over and clung to me. At first, I thought she was playing a trick on me. Eventually, however, I realized it was so that I wouldn't run from the question she was about to ask. I shuddered. What do you want from me? She looked straight into my eyes. Her upturned eyes bored right into me. It was as they were trying to pull the answer out of my own eyes without actually asking me the question. It was scary, so I averted my eyes from hers.
Keiichi?
Where were you the night of the Watanagashi festival? Did you see Toмотake Flash and Takano-san? Did you also meet up with Shion? That's what she's gonna ask, right?
Did you do something bad on the night of the festival?
I'm cracked. My body gave a jolt from its very core. Rika-chan, who was clinging to me, might have felt my shiver. A nervous tingle crawled up from my feet, and after going up my back and freezing my entire body, it made its way into my brain. Keiichi's fucking retarded.
Keiichi, do you really not remember?
My head began to throb. I don't understand anything. Mion asked me. Oishi-san asked me. Shion asked me. And now, Rika-chan was asking me. We thought nobody knew about what we did last night, but in fact, everyone knew? They all knew, and they came to ask me. Again and again until I admitted it. When I thought about it, it was pretty clear that the whole thing was out in the open. After all, don't Tomatake Flash and Takano-san's death prove it?
Keiichi?
How should I respond? We never should have entered the Forbidden Storehouse, and even though I regretted it so much, was she saying it wasn't enough? However, I had all but decided what I was going to say. You know, this is where Keiichi should just keep doubling down and go, I wasn't even there last night.
I wasn't even at the festival.
You never saw me. And he should just keep going until he's at the point where he's like, I don't know you. We're not friends. I'm not exactly a good kid, you know. I've done lots of bad things, so I can't remember anything specific. Based. Actually based. Just as I had with all the others, I evaded the question. Rika-chan stared up at me with those innocent eyes. Her eyes were so painful that I had to look away. After a few moments of mutual silence, Rika-chan released me.
Keiichi, I'm sorry for asking you something strange. Please forget about it.
She said, smiling her usual smile. Then, tap, 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 she went running off, as if nothing had happened. As she retreated in silence, I could feel her accusing me. Rika-chan! Is he gonna crack? If she didn't hear my voice, then I was going to give up. However, she heard it. Rika-chan swiveled around and waited for me to continue. I was the one who had the question now. Still, asking any of them could just be a half-assed way of admitting what I did. Hey, Rika-chan. That little smile.
What is it?
If everyone knows anyways, then I should be able to at least ask this, right? Why is everyone asking me about the night of the festival? That evening, had I done something that wrong? I felt plenty sorry about it, and it only looked anyway.
And I only looked.
Thank you. I didn't break anything or steal anything. Really. Still, Tomatake Flash and Takano, they died so miserably. Since those two had come to such an end, there's obviously no way it would forgive me.
Only me.
Fuck. Rika-chan cutely tilted her head in confusion and waited for me to say something. If I were to admit what happened that night, though, she might suddenly do a 180 as if flipping a switch.
That's right, Keiichi.
That would make sense.
I'm an evil, actually. I'm
She's
the one who wants to kill you.
been evil, bro. Rika-chan was the Shrine Maiden. She was the least likely to forgive me for breaking the taboo, wasn't she? Upon reflection, wouldn't telling her be more terrifying than telling Mion or Oishi-san? I think Oishi would be your best bet if you were going to tell anyone. Because Oishi has no relation to the village, he's just a cop. I don't even think he's like a dirty cop. He's just a cop. Like, out of everyone, if I were to be like, Oishi, I fucked up and broke into this place, he could try and nail you on trespassing, but Oishi would nail you on trespassing so that you didn't get killed by the village.
Right.
That's what he would do.
I don't know, man. The guy who choked on that spork, he was in prison.
That's true. That's very true. Rika-chan could just give up and leave, couldn't she? She didn't. She only was quietly waiting for me to say it myself. Say it, Keiichi Maebara. If you really are sorry, then you should say so. Of course, it's normal to hesitate, given the crazy way Tomatake Flash and Takano-san died. A pulping machine called Chaos was grinding my brain. The juice wrung out of it turned into big droplets of sweat, which began to fall.
Keiichi.
Rika-chan suddenly straightened up, trying to pat me on the head.
I don't really understand what you're worried about, Keiichi.
I had nothing to say to that. I lowered my head a little so Rika-chan's palm could reach it. And then that's when she, digs her nails into your scalp. She petted me, kind of like you would a cat.
Do you know about the big storehouse a little way behind the shrine grounds? It stores all the implements we use for rituals.
It's gonna play the skreek. My breath literally stopped. Rika-chan, though, wasn't acting a coercive way at all.
Apparently. Nope. It's so hard. Keiichi. Apparently on the night of a festival, a cat snuck into the storehouse.
A cat?
Yes, a cat. Meow meow.
Rika-chan
Meow, meow.
knew. She realized I was in fear. I could tell she was desperately trying to choose the right words so that she wouldn't scare me.
The cat always wanted to explore inside the storehouse, but I was mean to it and never let it go inside. So on the night of the festival, the cat couldn't hold itself back any longer and went inside.
Takano. The cat. It was clearly supposed to be Takano-san. Or, wait, was it supposed to be me? He's literally brain dead. When did Rika tell him he can't go in there?
Inside, there was actually lots of things that scared the cat.
Rika-chan made a cute gesture like a ghost was coming out to frighten me.
Keiichi, the cat was both terrified and amazed. It ran away as fast as it could. Clatter, clatter, shiver, shiver, meow, meow. It was terrible.
This cat. Who are you saying it was?
The cat is a cat. Meow, meow.
Rika-chan still avoided saying it. The cat, though, was without a doubt me. But it's not Keiichi, it's just Takano. Rika wouldn't have been like, oh, they've always wanted to go in there forever.
I was mean to the cat.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let it in.
Yeah, Rika was not mean to Keiichi. It's not Keiichi, the cat is Takano. Rika-san. Chan. Oof. Please, tell me. The cat. What should it do now? Maybe it was a desperate question to ask. I had sort of admitted to being the cat.
The cat is just a cat, so it can just keep meowing and everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine. That's stupid! Keiichi's literally retarded.
Keiichi, shouldn't it just kiss... Fuck me. Keiichi, shouldn't it just keep meowing?
Jeez, Rika-chan and I had put together an entire conversation using cat as a code word. I didn't say it directly, but I had already admitted it. I didn't want to end up like those two. I didn't want to be a sacrifice like Shion said. That's what I thought, so I stubbornly remained silent. But now, that's enough. It can't just keep meowing. The dog saw the cat making mischief and sneaking inside.
The dog?
That's right. It was the dog. And it keeps coming to the cat and trying to get it to say that it snuck inside.
Me.
After I said that, Rika-chan's expression clouded over. She was trying to hide it, but I had already noticed her eyes darkening. Rika-chan. The silence was frightening, so I spurred her on. At that point, Rika-chan grinned. Evil Rika? Evil Rika face?
Nope.
Damn it.
Me, it's alright. I'll protect the cat.
Huh? I thought for a moment that I had misheard those words, so dependable they were.
The cat is really scared, but it really isn't all that bad. I think all of the dogs are just misunderstanding.
So it's not all that bad.
The cat is worrying too much.
Sheesh. It's really hard to do this voice. To get it to where I want it to be, at least.
The cat is worrying too much. I'll do something about it for sure.
Rika-chan will do something about it? I don't even know left from right at the moment, so Rika-chan didn't look all that dependable.
It might be hard, but I'll do my best. Go for it, yay!
She clenched her fist and stuck it in the air. Rika-chan said that the cat can just keep meowing. She said to leave it all to her. Is that really all it took to resolve this whole thing? Will you really be alright, Rika-chan?
Me. If I don't do my best, then something bad could happen to the dogs too.
I had no idea what Rika-chan was talking about anymore. She had been talking to me under the assumption that I was aware of certain things. So at first, I understood her. Around the middle, though, I stopped understanding anything. However, one thing I did know was to not worry and to leave it to her. Rika-chan straightened up once again, patted me on the head, and smiled.
Me.
I was so moved by that reassuring feeling that I couldn't help but start to cry. I'm sorry. The cat, it really was just a little bit of mischief. It didn't think any of this would.
It's too much of a scaredy cat. That's why it should never have seen inside the storehouse.
She was right. It was far too shocking for someone to see based on a little bit of interest alone. That's why they made it so difficult to look at it in the first place, wasn't it? Rika-chan, what will happen to the cat? Two of the cats that snuck in, well, that night I'd heard Tomatake flash and Takano-san's deaths were being kept a secret. Rika-chan might not have known about it.
Tomatake and Takano?
I gave a start at the sudden mention of actual names. Though it's weird to do that at this point.
Me, you should forget about them.
My spine froze again. Forget?
Yes. It won't do you any good to remember those two, Keiichi. The more you think about it, the scarier it will get. So you should just forget about them as soon as possible.
She said something so enormously terrifying without letting the smile on her face waver at all.
I don't know where you... I don't know where you heard about it from, but you should forget everything. Make your mind as clean as a scrubbed bathtub.
Forget? Rika-chan, you know, don't you? You know how those two died.
No matter how they died, it still has nothing to do with you, Keiichi.
Rika declared this in a flat voice. Nothing to do with me.
Nothing to do with you, Keiichi.
So forget about it. The girl before me, she was innocent and lovable, and even seemed trustworthy, but suddenly she took on another dimension. Don't get involved with their deaths. I'll help you, Keiichi. These two contradictory statements twisted and distorted my image of the girl in front of me. What about Shion? What'll happen to her? It might have been dangerous to mention Shion's name, but I couldn't stop myself from asking. Rika-chan saw through everything anyways. I mean, she's a Sonozaki. No, Mion Sonozaki. Yeah, Shion is a Sonozaki.
Oh, Shion's a Sonozaki.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't think anything's gonna happen to her because she's a Sonozaki. They literally own everything.
Okay.
Like, I mean, shit, Shion dies in this chapter, she dies, right? But like, I wouldn't think anything would happen to Shion.
Who doesn't die in this chapter?
Who doesn't die in this chapter? Sadako.
Okay.
Sadako has not died in any chapter yet. It's Sadako.
You've done one chapter. You can't say that yet.
Sadako didn't die in the first chapter. I don't think Sadako dies.
Sure?
I don't think Sadako died in the first chapter.
We don't get the death. You'll get it. You'll see.
Okay. I can't wait for Sadako to be like horribly murdered in the Sadako chapter. That's what I'm very excited about. I couldn't stop myself from asking anyways. There was no way I was going to fool her or keep anything from her at this point.
The younger of the two sister cats? Meow meow.
Yeah, the little sister cat. Rika-chan appeared to think upon this for a moment. It was hard for me to endure even this momentary silence.
The big sister cat is angry. The little sister cat did something bad, so she's really mad.
The big sister cat. That could only mean Mion. I recall being questioned by her yesterday.
Keiichi, the big sister cat is not in a good mood at all. I think we should leave her alone for a while.
Not in a good mood. Those words sent a shiver through me. Mion was mad. She was mad that we entered the ritual storehouse.
Let's stop having club from now on.
Huh? Why?
I think we should leave her alone.
Rika-chan ended her sentence with such force that I couldn't say anything in response. Hey, Keiichi Mayabara, don't disobey Rika-chan right now. She's the only one who said she'll help me right now. I'll leave things to her, just as she said to do. Well, yeah. I mean, she even said that the cat should just keep meowing. I'll forget everything, like she said. Is this really how every chapter is just gonna end, as Keiichi, like, I'm going to forget everything, and then he kills people? I'll leave everything to her. I'll forget everything about Takano-san and Tomatake Flash, and what I did that night.
Tomitake. I don't know, I just like, every time I read I want to say it wrong on purpose.
Just then, we heard a bell far away, marking the end of our lunch break. I guess we should go back to class.
Keiichi?
As if she had noticed how miserable I was, about to leave everything to her and flee the scene, Rika-chan called out to stop me.
If the misunderstanding dog comes to try and bite the cat, please tell me, okay?
The misunderstanding dog. She put it in such a cute-sounding way, but the true meaning behind those words was an eerie one. Who is the misunderstanding dog?
The dog that bit the mayor. I don't know why it did that. If it was going to bite anyone, it would have been the trickster cat first.
The flow of blood in my body felt like it completely stopped for a moment.
Meow meow.
Rika-chan had admitted it. The sacrifices of that terrible calamity. She admitted that if they were to happen again, it would be Shion or I. I didn't know what was true about the girl standing before me. My suspicion gave way to fear and nearly began to change into anger. Was she a savior who would protect me? Or a stranger trying to capture and kill me for the sake of a horrible tradition? I had no idea what was true.
I'm sorry. The cat is already scared, and I said something that scared even more. I'm really sorry.
Rika-chan bowed so quickly it looked like her head had been pulled downwards. Still, she was right. I was cowering. I could distinctly feel my body shaking violently. So when Rika-chan reached her hand out to pat me on the head, I pulled away without thinking.
Me.
I'm sorry. Rika-chan made a very sad face, but I just couldn't bring myself to put out my head for her again.
How was that?
I mean, like, they killed the mayor.
They?
Some guy killed the mayor.
Alright.
Why?
Why?
I want to grab water and pee.
Let's wait until the transition. We can finish it up. Yeah.
How close is the transition?
Very close.
Okay. I'm trusting you. If that transition does not happen before, like, 10 minutes, I'm gonna beat your ass. That day, Rika-chan said she wasn't feeling up for Rika-chan said she wasn't feeling up for club activities that day, so she suggested we not bother. There's always vetoes when someone doesn't feel up to it. Rina and the others seemed really disappointed. The big sister cat is not in a good mood. I remembered Rika-chan's words and quietly stole a glance at Mion's expression. If I could forget the way she questioned me yesterday, though, her behavior was the same as it always was.
I told you.
Oh, it's like literally right there. Okay.
All right.